Tested by Machinery Nation.
So don't get me wrong, I absolutely love cutting grass, but me and my partner, we're building a house this year, and cutting the grass is one of the last things that we've got on our mind. So it's normally left up to me or father-in-law, who's just there, on our old, well, basically conked out jump tread ride-on. And I hate it when we come to cut grass because I just know something's going to probably go wrong with it. We've got to take the cutting deck off, the cutting deck's rotted out, and it takes so long. Obviously we've got to fuel it as well. And the grass gets proper long as well. If you look down here, this sort of area down here, you see how long the grass gets, and we're cutting a good sort of 12-14 inches worth of grass every time. So it's not fair on the machine at all. But we got an answer, and that answer is in a STIGA Robot Mower. And when STIGA contacted us, I jumped at the opportunity. I said, James, I've got a perfect place to put it. Let's put it in the paddock and see if we can convert that paddock in 30 days into a pristine lawn. So I'm going to bring you 30 days in the life of a STIGA Robot Mower. Let's check it out. So let's go through some of the specs of the STIGA. It's connected to the STIGA Cloud by 4G, so that means you can control it from your phone. It's completely cable free, so there's no need for perimeter wire, so that is ideal for round the paddock. I certainly don't want to be digging in a wire. You've got free connectivity included for the lifetime of the robot, which is perfect because some of the machines on the market, you've actually got to pay a fee yearly to keep the machine working. It has a 2cm mowing accuracy, 24 degrees mowing capabilities, which is 45%. This particular model works up to an area of 1,500 meters squared, but STIGA do make a robot mower that does 10,000 meters squared, or just shy of 2.5 acres in old money. It can cut up to 10 different cutting zones, so if you've got different areas in your garden which are connected via paths, you can have different zones. They can all be cut at different heights as well. The height ranges from 20 to 60 millimeters. It has 4 pivoting swing tip blades. You can connect it to your phone via Bluetooth or via the STIGA Co Smart app, which we'll go through a bit later. There's also range sensors on top, and there's a lot more cool features within the app. Now, if you're not all aware, we used to be a supplying dealer of garden machinery, and I certainly installed loads of robot mowers within my time. And I must say, this STIGA robot is an absolute breeze to install into your garden. But if you're buying a STIGA robot mower, your dealer will actually install it into your garden as part of the purchasing process. Here we go, here's the STIGA going out for the first time. Oh, how exciting. Now, it is nearly the end of the day because it's taken us a while to cut the grass with the ride-on to get it down. But we are left with loads of clippings left behind, but hopefully this little dude here will sort that out. Now, I'm not expecting him to take it down first go, so we've set it on the highest cut, 60 mil, and we're going to run it probably, well, we'll stop it about sort of 9 o'clock tonight, so it's not running during the night, and then run it all day tomorrow to try and get it down a little bit. As we go through the diary of the STIGA, we're going to bring you all the features, how it all works, and different ways and means of using the machine. The only thing is, I haven't actually thought of a name, and I'm probably going to ask the little boy when we go up to the house later what he thinks we should call it. I just like the style of the STIGA, it looks really nice. Whiskey, everyone. He's the world's soppiest Labrador. He doesn't like mowers, and he's going to meet STIGA the robot for the first time. So expect him to run off. Stop eating grass. Wait, go on, let's go and see him. Come on then, Whisk, go and find it. Whiskey, go and find it. Where's the tea? Where's the tea? Whiskey meet robot, robot meet Whiskey. Where's it, Whisk? I think we found a machine he isn't scared of. As you can see, there is a little bit of odd bit of grass that we've left behind with the ride-on mower. That is the nature of the beast with the ride-on mower. It's a side discharge. We never get to cut the grass that regularly, but hopefully our little fellow here is going to help us out. So I was just about to send it home and I had a notification from the STIGA Go app to tell me the mower had got stuck, and I thought, well, I know where it's going to get stuck to, and that is on that long grass that we left behind. So there we go, it's stuck on the long grass, and I know what I'm going to have to do now is clean up all that grass when I get home from work. So we'll do that tomorrow, and then we'll set it going when we get back. So there we go, I'm cleaning up the rubbish that the ride-on left over, and the STIGA's doing its job. The mower's so intelligent. I didn't have the tree as a no-go zone, but it knows that it's an obstacle. So what it's done is it's actually knocked into it and it's backed itself out and it's gone round the tree, and now it will flag up on the phone if I want to make that an obstacle, and I can just check the radius, and well, basically adjust it to whatever I want. So I don't actually need to map that tree, but I can make it an obstacle by just going onto the app. So it's the start of day 4. We've woke up and we've had a lot of rain, thunderstorms last night. So I doubt Mr. STIGA Mower will be actually out cutting the grass today. Reason behind that is we've got sloping ground and it gets a little bit slippery, so I don't want to risk putting the mower out and it obviously slip down any slopes or anything. One feature I haven't talked about, which I'll show you in the app, is you can turn on the rain sensor function. So if you have got a garden that's a little bit sloped and you don't want the mower to obviously cut in the rain, or even cut in the rain in general, you can turn that on, and it's got a little sensor. If you just look down here on the top of the machine, there's a little rain sensor, 2 little tiny like silver dots, and they just basically see if there's any water droplets on top. So handy little feature. Anyway, so I'm going to turn that on and we'll see you tomorrow. So Houston, we have a problem. It looks like the UFOs have landed. He's going home, but he's fallen in a bit of a hole. So job for tomorrow is fill in that hole so he still runs. And there's his base station. He's nearly there. So you see the water droplets on top. When I set the rain sensor the other morning, it didn't allow the machine to go out this morning. So we've had a drop of rain. So I've had to manually go in and basically override it because the ground has sort of dried out a little bit. But look at it. Isn't it doing an awesome job? I think we're going to have to bring it down a little bit just to take the buttercups off. But already after sort of 5 or 6 days, you can see what an awesome finish it's already doing. Now it's Saturday morning, hands up who hasn't got to cut the grass. Yes, me. Love it. And one thing we have found about is the systematic mowing scheduling. So you can probably just see in the background there, you've got like sort of lines on the ground. So what you can do with the STIGA, which is their big selling point, is install it into the garden and actually choose which way it cuts the grass. So if you want lines on your lawn, you can basically set it from north to south, east to west. You can actually do a grid reference as well. So what we're going to do now this weekend is we set it from east to west. So the house up there, when we look over the corner, we can actually see the nice lines on the lawn. So we're going to leave that now for a good week, see what sort of effect it has, and then check back. So the next 7 days are going to be in quick time. So let's see it in action. And look at the finish after only 2 weeks. You think that we had 12 to 14 inches worth of grass here. It's really greened up. It's getting pretty uniform as well, and all that excess grass has all been decomposed and mulched in, and it's really, really smart. Finally come up with a name for the mower. There's been loads chucked around the household, even the name Stephen. I don't quite know where that come from, but the name we are going to call our STIGA robot mower is...
Tigger!
Tigger. I know, original, isn't it? STIGA, drop the S, Tigger. Love it. Just remember, you can change the height of cut. We initially had it at 60 mil. We've now dropped it down to 50, and you can do that all through the app on your phone. So not only can you control it from your phone, underneath the hood, you can also control the mower as well. But if we have a look underneath, it hasn't actually caked up that much. It's quite surprising. It's been running now for a fortnight or so. There's not much grass build up. Unfetchable. And then underneath the hood, yeah, like I say, it's all controllable here as well as on your phone. And in the phone as well, you've got something called smart cut height adjustment. So if the grass is a little bit tougher or you've got more substantial growth, what you can do is turn that function on so it gives you the best results for cutting. So picture this, you've got a main lawn area, but you've also got other areas of your lawn which are divided up. So these are called secondary areas, and one part of the STIGA app is how you can include these easily and actually make a new area. So down here, as you can see, we've got quite a sort of sloping area. At a later date, I can add that on really simply. So to add in that extra area, it's really simple. All you do is open up the app. You can drive the mower around the outside of the boundary by using the joystick control, and then you can mark that out, and that is exactly the same as when you do your main lawn area and your secondary or your multi-zones. There's no getting away from it. I was a little bit worried when I thought I'm going to put a robot mower into the paddock. One reason is we've got loads of obstacles and we've got rabbits, so we've got holes. The other one is we've got loads of canopies because we've got apple trees, as you can see just here. And for one of these robot mowers to actually work, you've got to have decent satellite signal, you've got to have open sky. So we've got a nice big area here, but I thought as soon as it goes underneath the trees, am I going to be down every 5 minutes picking it up, putting in the signal to make it work? But this is where the STIGA AGS system comes in, Active Guidance System. It's been in the garden for at least 3 weeks now, and I haven't had a problem with satellite interference. There's been no dropouts of satellite connectivity, and it's mowed absolutely perfectly. That is a big winner from STIGA. And think of the AGS system as like a smart memory or a brain built into the machine. It actually learns the garden area, so if it drops out a signal, it can basically carry on mowing because it knows where it's to and it can locate itself. Now I've got 5 things I really like about this STIGA robot mower. And the first thing is the striping effect you get on your lawn. So if you like a roller mowed finish, you like that sort of classic striped effect on your lawn, the STIGA robot mower will give you this. Because it's consistently going down the same lines, it's got that systematic mowing, you get that nice imprint like you see behind, and that really does create a really good finish. So the second point is obviously how easy it is to install. It's as simple as getting it out of the box with your dealer showing you how to install it, or even helping you install it into your own garden, driving it around the edge, marking your obstacles, and you're way to go. Just set all your settings up. The app is really simple as well. You just open up the app. It's all very straightforward, step-by-step sort of process. So the third thing would be ease of maintenance. You haven't got to worry about oils, plugs, belts, fueling it. It's as simple as just putting it in your garden, flipping it over once a week, cleaning out underneath the deck, and just changing the blades when they need to be changed. The fourth thing would be the cutting efficiency. Now, I've installed loads of robot mowers throughout my time in a dealership, but I must say this STIGA robot mower has coped with this lawn fantastically. It's not the most even of lawns. It's pretty lumpy and bumpy. We got rabbit holes as well. It's got stuck a couple of times, I won't lie, but it's done a fantastic job. And if you think we had sort of 12 inches worth of grass and within 30 days we got it down to this finish, I'm not going to say it's perfect by any means, because we've got patches where the grass needs to grow up where it's a little bit bare. And you know, we've got some little rougher bits as well and a bit of weed, but I tell you what an awesome finish. And number 5 is time saving. If you're a busy person, you're always at work, you've got a family, something like this in your garden will just completely change your life. You haven't got to worry about cutting the grass, you haven't got to worry about what weather it is. I mean, the weather with us this year has been up and down. You know, this morning we have had heavy rain. I would have had to probably wait until late this afternoon to be able to get out on the ride-on mower to cut the grass if we had to. And bearing in mind, the grass would have been long as well, so it would have struggled. Whereas this has just kept a fantastic lawn finish throughout the week. So there we have it, guys, the STIGA A1500, small but mighty. Now, I'm certainly not saying a robot mower is for everyone, but bearing in mind, STIGA have specialist dealers, so if you're interested in the robot mower, definitely pop in and see a STIGA robot mower dealer, and they'll be able to come out to your garden and see if one's suitable. So we're Machinery Nation. We bring you product videos every week all about tools and machinery. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing, ding the notification bell, and we'll see you very soon.